Hello and welcome to Jumpin' Johnny Gaming. This video is going to show you how to get the achievements you can get in the MyGM mode in one playthrough of the mode in WWE 2K22. The first thing you need to do is pick a general manager. You can pick a custom character and each general manager comes with a unique power card you can use to help you. Then you can pick what brand you want to manage. There is a choice of 4 and each brand comes with another unique power card. Now you have to pick the options you want. Choose Face the AI, and you can't use another controller for the second player or the achievements won't unlock. Choose your rival GM and brand, as in this mode the goal is to beat your opponent in ratings. Set it on easy, set the duration to 15 weeks, it's the shortest time and it will be 3 pay-per-views and ends at WrestleMania. Keep the draft settings as it is, so you can pick the superstars you want. You should pick a good balance of male and female superstars. Make sure you got a good mix of face, represented by the green face symbol, and heels, represented by the red face symbol, as the ratings prefer the traditional face versus heels. Also take into consideration the type of fighting style the wrestlers have, as they need to be a good mix. Like it says in the help section, you get more ratings for cruiserweight versus giants. For example, Rey Mysterio, who is a face and a cruiserweight, versus Kane 2008 version, who is a heel and a giant, is good for the ratings. The more star power a superstar has, the more expensive they will be. Keep in mind that when their contracts expire, they ask you to renew it, and it's always more than it originally was. You can negotiate to lower the price, which lowers the superstar's satisfaction. Every superstar has a popularity rating, and when you are booking the shows, you want to do promos regularly. Either get every superstar in your roster with a balanced rating, or you might want to concentrate on a select few for really high popularity. I would recommend to make at least 2 a priority, especially a face and a heel in a rivalry, to go for the 5-star match achievement. The other unique stat a superstar has is a stamina rating, and the more matches a superstar does, the more the stamina goes down. Once a superstar has low stamina in the 40s and 30s, they can be injured and can be off for many weeks. Don't use the same superstar week in and week out. Also, the other unique stat a superstar has is a stamina rating, and the more matches a superstar does, the more the stamina goes down. Once a superstar has low stamina in the 40s and 30s, they can be injured and can be off for many weeks, so don't use the same superstar week in and week out. Also, the more expensive a match costs, for example table matches right up to Hell in a Cell, drain stamina more. Also, some power cards can heal your superstars and bring the stamina back up.
Charlotte Flair! The Queen continues her reign on a new night.
This is a huge addition for this show's roster.
Great pick. The Empress joins the red brand.
She is focused, she is hungry, and she's ready.
Drew McIntyre. McIntyre aimed to lay waste on a new night.
A guy cut from my cloth. So why did GM take so long?
The Miz. An A-list pick by Team Red.
He has that X factor, and he plans on showing the world. Bianca Belair. A new show is about to be the EST.
All right, she is ready for this chance.
Natalya. The veteran Natalya looking to bolster a new roster.
A new brand might be just what she needs.
Finn Balor. And Monday Night Raw selects the Prince.
A great pick. He's got one goal in mind on this show.
Next is to pick your champions you want to start your brand with, and I would put the titles online most times, especially on the pay-per-views, as title matches gets more popularity ratings. So every week you will have to spend money on your show. There are a lot of free stuff you can do. Basic matches and basic show logistics is all free. Sometimes you will get power cards that lets you do stuff free that week. Now, towards the last 4 weeks, SmackDown started beating me on the ratings, so the run up to WrestleMania I spent every bit of money every week doing the most exciting matches and top of the range show logistics as long as the objectives were ticked. Every week you have to book your show. On your normal show, you get to do 3 matches and 2 promos. If you wanted to boost a superstar's popularity, or start or maintain a rivalry, you can have the game choose for you automatically, which is fine, I have done in some weeks, but you want to fine-tune yourself, as Triple H always gives you a challenge, which you always want to do as you get power cards. And superstars can make requests, like demanding a rematch or having time off. Again, you want to listen and do these to make your superstars satisfied. Show logistics is your set designs and other perks as you progress through the weeks. You will always have better ones to buy, but each one costs the show more to make. Show logistics is your set designs and other perks. As you progress through the weeks, you will have better ones to buy, but each one costs the show more to make. The first ones are always free, just in case you run out of money, and you only want to do the upgraded ones that you have ticked the optional objectives for, which I will show you what I mean later on in the video. The Manage Your Roster tab is where you can see your roster status and be able to sign new superstars if needed. The first achievement we are going to get is to sign a legend. The contracts are more expensive, but the popularity makes it worth it. The Power Cards tab is where you can buy and use power cards. Now, I never bought any power cards. I was happy with the cards I get from Triple H every week. But if you are losing in the ratings and want to try and get an edge, then buy some power cards. Now, it does not cost you any money to use power cards that are in your inventory. So apart from ones that you use to heal injured superstars, it benefits no one, leaving them for later. Every week, use your power cards to give you help for your brand, and some cards can hinder your opponent's brand, which helps them lose ratings, which means you can get more ratings that week, and you will unlock an achievement for using your first power card. The Ratings tab is to look at all the statistics of yours and your rivals' brands. Every week you will get emails from Triple H with helpful advice and from other superstars with requests, which I would do the request to make your superstars happy, as if they get dissatisfied, they will jump to your opponent's brand. So every week Triple H will give you an objective for you to do. This one, he wants someone to run interference in a match, and you will get rewarded with a power card, so make sure you always do this, as power cards help you a lot. So I'm going to book my show. I'm not going to show you the entire playthrough, as it will be hard to follow exactly, as you will get different superstars, different rivalries, power cards from Triple H's random, and injuries. So I'll show my first booking and my last booking in the season. Triple H says in an email that they like having an exciting match at the start and at the end, and a normal match in the middle. This is WWE's real life philosophy, and not my personal philosophy, but you gotta do what the ratings want. Always have a face versus heel, and having different superstar playstyles, like what I said about Rey Mysterio versus Kane. So when I picked Natalya, she's a specialist, so she can play with all different playstyles for a ratings boost. Choosing a run-in to fulfill Triple H's request, and it shows when you are booking the matches if the request has been filled, as it highlights it in green. Interference costs money. Doing promos can higher or lower your superstar's popularity depending on the skill. Undertaker's is 4, which is pretty good, 5 is the highest, and again, this costs money. You can only pick single or tag matches. You cannot do triple threats or fatal 4-ways, which makes GM mode very limited. There are 5 different match types you can choose. Tables matches being the cheapest stipulation match, and Hell in a Cell being the most expensive, at 35,000. The higher the cost, the more ratings you will get, but it drains more stamina with more chance of injury, so use these match types sparingly. But tables matches is always a good go-to for cheap popularity boost. Other promos you can do is call out, which can start or boost a rivalry. You want to get rivalries going with your superstars. You can go up to level 4 rivalry, and each level gives you a popularity boost, but beware, rivalries can go stale and will drop your ratings. You can use these sections to turn a face heel or vice versa. Charity is the only other one I ever used. It costs 10,000 but boosts your superstar and generates some overall popularity. You can't do anything in logistics yet in the first week. Now once you have booked your first show, you can either play any match you want, handy if you want to influence the winners that you want to win, or simulate the whole thing. I simulated everything, and you'll have to simulate your opponent's show as well. So your goal is every week to put on the best show that your money can afford. The more profit you make, the more you can spend on your shows to attract more fans to get more profit. Don't worry if your rival keeps beating you. Once you get into the rhythm, you will find what is going to work good for your show, and it's always close. I was ahead of SmackDown early on for about 6 or 7 weeks, and then SmackDown overtook, as I was being stingy with the money. But the run up to the last pay-per-view, throw everything at your matches, spend all the money every week, and don't worry about stamina and risk of injury unless it's your best stars and title holders you want to keep for WrestleMania. A couple of things that we can do that isn't covered in the first week. Show logistics. As the weeks go on, more expensive versions of show logistics can be unlocked for cash. And if you notice, they come with bonus objectives. You can see the concert hall with a green tick, which means my show has fulfilled the objective. Every time you see a tick, you want to pick that option, and if it hasn't been fulfilled, I wouldn't waste your money. Without having to check all the time, superstars that have different wrestling styles that give the highest ratings, you can see here Fighter vs Brawler, it highlights it in a blue colour so it makes it easier for you to see. Superstar request. Here is my first superstar request. The Miz wants a rematch with Edge, and you got 2 weeks to make the match. If you agree and do the request, it will increase Miz's satisfaction. If you disagree or agree and don't do it, you will lose satisfaction with the Miz. It would pay to try to always do these superstar requests, so no one leaves you for the other brand, but you can get away from ignoring 1 or 2. Now we're going to skip all the way to the end of the season, WrestleMania, and I have been planning to go for the trickiest achievement in the GM mode, and that's to get a 5-star match, and my last attempt was 4.5. Now the match will have more of a chance if one of the 2 superstars were champion, but using a legend is suffice, and if you can manipulate it to be a championship match as well, that will help better. Now you gotta have them to rivalry level 4, which is the max, which you can see in the square box that tells you the match type. So you gotta build that up by doing call-outs and matches with them. Be careful as the rivalry can be classed as stealth, and you won't get the 5-star match, and it will say in the same square box if it's stealth. So I'm doing Roman Reigns versus The Undertaker, and as you can see their fighting styles give the max bonus, and both their popularity is at 69, but you can up them doing promos. But if one of them was champion, being champion always ups your superstar by 10 points. It will up the odds of a 5-star match. Hell in a Cell match is what you want to pick, and the rest of the card filled with the best matches you can do is you want to win the ratings as well. I've been ahead for the last 2 weeks as I started pouring money in table matches and even Hell in a Cell matches in normal Raw. During the last 2 weeks run up, don't worry about upsetting your stars, haggle on contracts to save money and ignore requests if needed. Remember to always use power cards every week and do the Triple H bonus objective. very good end to the mode. 2 4.5-star matches with the title matches, and the 5-star match with the max rivalry between Roman Reigns and The Undertaker. When you complete GM for the first time, you get an achievement and an Amethyst Triple H manager card for the My Faction mode. And if you have beaten your rival GM and become number 1, you will unlock the final achievement that comes tied with MyGM mode. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, where there are achievement guides, secrets and tips from the latest releases to retro games posted every week. Thanks for watching.